Live with balanced news you can count on. This is News 4 at 4.
We have something this afternoon for the adventurous gardener, someone who's not afraid to dig where no man has dug before. Our 5-minute gardener, Debbie Mounts from Harlow Gardens, tells us about the desert rose.
Good afternoon. Well, I've been a gardener for many years, and as a gardener, after a while, you get kind of bored with your everyday, regular, seen them before plants. So one of our favorite plants in the nursery is this one right here. It's an exotic plant. It's called an Adenium obesum, or commonly called a desert rose or a Karoo rose. This is native. This is native to Africa, southern and western parts of Africa, and Arabia, in the subtropic and tropical areas. And down there, they grow to be about 15 feet tall or so. And the coolest part of this guy is you can see its shape. It's so beautiful in its kind of twisted form, and it kind of reaches as it grows. And then the bonus in my mind is the fact that it actually flowers. And there are a number of different colors on the flower. This guy, it looks like an oleander flower, and that's because this is a cousin to our very common oleanders here. This is one for a gardener who wants something that's a little bit different and maybe needs just a little bit more attention than most of your gardening things do. This guy can live outside in the shade or with a little morning sun in the summertime, but absolutely has to have full protection in the wintertime. So that means that I have one at my house. So what I do is I bring it in the wintertime. Generally, I bring it in when the temperatures start to get to be anywhere near 40 degrees at night. It comes inside the house. So the care of this guy is it really is more like a succulent in its care. Outside, mine in a pot, I water it twice a week in the summertime. In the wintertime, when I bring it inside, I only water it maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. And it just rewards me. I leave it inside for the winter, and then around the middle of March, as the temperature starts to break a little, take it back outside. It starts to put on new leaves, and then generally around May or June, it just gets absolutely covered with flowers. So if you are a little bit of an adventuresome gardener, as I am, and my compadres here, I think the Adenium obesum or the Karoo rose is just a wonderful choice.
All right, thank you very much. And Debbie joins us now. Now, Debbie, is this a fast grower or a slow grower?
This is really a slow growing thing. I have one at the house, and mine is it's about this big by about this big around, I would say. And I started out and it was this big.
How many years?
And I've probably had it about 7 years. But actually last year it was getting kind of leggy, and I got up the courage, I kind of went, and I cut it and to thicken it up a little. And so it might have been a little bit bigger had I not done that. But this is one of the few things that my children actually notice in my garden. It stands out. I mean, I have roses, I have all the, the typical stuff. This thing blooms and they say, wow, Mom, that's really pretty. Because in the spring, when it blooms, I'm not kidding, it will be solid color. It's just phenomenal.
Only red or different colors?
And it comes in different colors. The red is generally the most desired. And there is one at the Desert Museum that is probably about, gosh, I would guess maybe 6 or 7 feet tall. It's a big one. And the caudex, which is the base down at the plant, is about this big around. And it is called a Crimson Star. I believe it's Crimson Star. And it is a solid red. And those are some of the hardest ones to find, like this one. And this is a solid red. And in its native Africa, this guy can get to be 15, 18 feet tall. And the caudex, I've seen pictures of them where someone is standing next to one and the caudex is this big around.
It's a tree at that point.
Yeah.
It is. It is a small tree at that point.
So, Debbie, why is this for an adventurous gardener? What makes it tough to grow?
Well, it's just once you know its conditions, once you know what it needs, it's not hard at all. But people get a little frightened when you say things like, well, you're going to have to bring it in the house once the temperatures reach 40 degrees. And it may drop every single leaf it owns and look kind of funny during the winter time. And then it looks like it's not ever going to come back. And it scares people a little. And then you put it back outside and it leaves back out and flowers. So it's just a little different is all. It's a little more temperamental, but the rewards are huge. It's just really delightful.
If it grows to be 15 feet, I'm not lugging that thing back and forth.
No. And it most likely would not do that here. Either that or you put it on one of those rolling things and you
You need
roll
some
it
tall
inside the house.
ceilings.
Exactly.
All right, Debbie,
Good
thank you.
stuff. Thank you.